when they're live.
Oh,
Like I can't hear. All I can hear is that voice over there. When you're talking, I can't hear nothing. You talk.
well, I guess it's time. Stage. There we go. Welcome back to the fourth hour.
Fourth hour. 4 to 24.
You're not going to last.
Ha!
You young people don't have the same stamina as us old guys.
You're going to be sleeping before I'm sleeping.
Well, I don't know. But it's been an interesting day so far. We've had some interesting comments thrown into the conversation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you're just joining us or you're joining us for the first time, the purpose of this particular series of broadcasts is to promote a new media that is for everyone, where people can participate, make sure the news is getting out as it's supposed to be through all platforms that we have, which is audio, video, and print, and allow you to make sure that the story in your community is being covered.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously from our perspective, the real key for us is that this is a fundraiser to ask for your donations to keep us not just functioning, but to actually grow. Just there's more bodies, more volunteers, more costs, they just need to be covered. It's not something that we can handle on our own much longer. It's just we need the help. But we need the help of you sharing this information with other potential viewers or consumers of the information that we're getting out there. So that was and is and will be our focus for the 24 hours that we're on.
It's fundraising. It's all about fundraising.
It is
fundraising is for us.
And the education that there's somebody there for you makes sense.
Yeah, well, we have to have some kind of financing to help us out to get through this, get the word out, get the message out, and all different stuff we're paying for and purchasing, and we just need your help, people.
So that's at the end of the day, you can send an e-transfer over. Where you send it is in the yellow scrolling bar at the bottom. You can also go to the Contact Us link on HHG Radio, and it's got options for you. Big amounts, small amounts, makes no difference. But we had 3 different sessions so far. This is the 4th one. What did you think of that recording for the 17-year-old student?
That was it was uncalled for. It shows us that we're in trouble, and this is funded by the people of Alberta, and it's unacceptable. What they're doing at the Alberta Next panel is not right. These people shouldn't be on the air. They shouldn't be representing us. That's for sure. They're supposed to represent the people, are they not?
Yeah,
do they work for us.
Well, apparently they're supposed to. But again, that's part of what the media that we're presenting is that the needs and the transparency and the openness is not in the existing platforms.
No. You got that right.
Now, I'm going to bring this up in terms of generalities because we don't have to be too specific. But we just heard, or you just got a call that reminds us to be careful with
about how much power they have.
Very much.
So this person's a friend of ours, and they were just notified that they got an email that notified that their bank was under $100 and they needed to do something about it. So their bank account should not be that low. And they're on their way into the bank now to check it out and see if they can figure out what's going on. But I can imagine, because this person's outspoken in the community about the corruptness of this whole.
So the real message is about being targeted.
Targeted, yes, sir. She's targeted.
And that's the part that as an individual, it's too hard. We've had Ellen on before. She was targeted.
Yes, she was.
We've had Debbie, I think her name was, who came on, who legally,
Yeah, I think so.
that was her name.
So,
Being targeted is, you can't speak up, you can't speak out.
they come get your kids or your bank account. I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
And there's no accountability for it. There's no one keeping an eye out for what it is that you're standing for and how you're being attacked to prevent you from having a voice.
When I was growing up, I used to say, people used to tell me this stuff when I was a teenager. Some certain things about the government or the news, and I said, no, there's no way they'd all have to be involved in it. There's no way that can't happen. It's impossible. But now, I know that they're all involved in it. All of them.
And that's the problem, is the evidence. It's not a conspiracy theory that we're going through. This is just the evidence that we can see. So we're asking, and we've asked in the previous segments, that we come together, we deliver a truth fact-based media under one umbrella, so people have a source. Like, you can go on the internet now and find podcasters who are really well known, who their entire focus is disinformation. That's very concerning. These people have many, many, many viewers or consumers of their podcasts. So when they say the sky is blue, everybody expects it to be blue, but we're finding out that it's not. It's not an opinion they're creating because it's the facts or the evidence. They're not sharing that facts and evidence with them.
What platforms do we use? What are we going out on right now?
Well, we've got two specific medias that we're running out on. We're running audio and video right now. The audio can be accessed from our website at hhgradio.com. Now, we've got a video feed from there as well, but we're also on Facebook and YouTube, and it's actually being shared by Alberta Radio as well on their, I want to say, Facebook page. And there's a couple others, but those are the prime ones. You can't do X without having a premium account. You can't do a couple of the others unless you have certain targets already met. But right now you can hear us on the HHG Radio, Facebook, and website. Those are the basics. But that's what we're trying to focus in on right now. Is, in a lot of ways, we're just unknown. We're just starting out. We've funded it up to where we can, and we're delivering live content as we speak. But what we're really missing is you. We're missing your donations. That's what we're here for. But we're also missing your news contributions, especially the events that are going on in your communities, at your council meetings, at your public forums.
Town halls when you have people going around like APP, they're preaching and stuff like that. We need to know about that stuff. Let's get it out there and let everybody hear it.
And we will share, if we're given the opportunity, we'll share the meeting. And as long as it's not even as long, share the meeting. You can't expect us to not have to observe and not question some things, but at the end of the day, it is just bringing up the other side of the coin that's not being discussed.
That's right.
So that's the kind of purpose behind the media as a whole. But if you have, let's say you do a podcast, if you're aligned with us, reach out to us at ontheair@hhgradio.com. A collaborative effort is better for everybody. That's kind of how it is.
Let's all work together
To get the solutions, and that's really what it is, to get the solutions that are actionable. There are just some people who have, if the world would just do A, B, and C, but it's not going to happen because it's too much of a bite. It's too undigestible by the common public. You have to bring it to them very gently. And we're bringing it to people kind of gently because it's all of the story. So I'd like to share with you a little bit of kind of where we're coming from. And that starts with the basics behind our telethon. And that is that it is, at the end of the day, for raising funds for the entire component of our media platforms. Now we have hhgradio.com, we have krbroadcasting.com, we have commongroundalberta.com, we have the social media that we're sending out everything to. Like all of our previous interviews are still posted on Facebook. I haven't been banned yet, like we're doing good, but we also have them in our archives on our website.
Yep.
What do we need the money for? Rent, utilities, all the equipment. We're using some stuff that I've had for well over a decade. And it's functional, but it doesn't have some of the features.
Monthly bills for the equipment or the audio.
The licensing
and stuff like that.
The licensing is disgusting. And they're just every part. Like we want to do a man on the street component. And one of our associates tried it, was extremely successful with it, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And he's somebody I want to have involved in the process.
But he can't afford to keep going.
So it's either us now or who? Our media now or what? Like pick. It's all your choice. You can volunteer. Like one of the things that we had a long time investment in yesterday was just sending out a whole bunch of bulk emails. And you could create the email, you can send it out, you can track the opens, you can retweet them. But those are the kinds of things that the volunteers can do. You can also like, share, and follow on all our social media. The best thing that you can do aside from a financial contribution is to tell 2 friends.
Yeah, tell some people. Let's spread the word. Let's spread the truth.
And let's get them involved as well. Maybe you're not the type of person who's going to go to a council meeting.
Well, I've been to a council meeting. Let me tell you the council meeting story.
Go ahead. Tell us the council
I
meeting
went to
story.
a council meeting story to tell the story about the new, what do they call it?
The new rainbow flag.
The new rainbow flag with the black and the brown and the different colors, white and baby blue, baby pink. We went into the council meeting in Leduc, Alberta, and about 3/4 of the way through our speech, they killed the mic on us too. And now it's a lot more difficult to get in there because you have to be very specific about what you're going to say. There are police there at all times now, and we actually shut down the first city council meeting in Leduc in history. And Leduc's been here for a very long time. This is where oil rig number 1 was in Leduc. First city, basically, you know what I mean? Like,
but I guess the thing is that let's pretend for a second. I don't like the topic of your conversation that you're bringing up. You're still entitled to your 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is that what they've done to combat your perspective is they've cut back the time for presentations, and they've disallowed people from making presentations without having the content, their evidence in hand before the meeting for them to vet of whether or not they're going to allow you in that meeting.
Well, then there's no sense. There's no freedom at all of speech because that's what they're there to talk about. And if they're screening everything that comes through, nobody's ever going to hear anything.
Which,
you know what I mean?
Which we're finding.
It has to be an open forum.
And that's a bit of a problem.
For them, because they're the parasites that are running the place. What we need to do is replace all of these parasites people.
Oh, wait a second. I've got a great lawyer friend who can get involved in that. They'd be really good. You know why? Because they're a lawyer. Makes them really
Yeah, but
smart.
they're not gonna help you take tear down the system that's feeding them right now. That's the problem.
Well,
A lawyer is not going to go get up against another lawyer. We've had that difficulty in the last couple of years ourselves. They're not going to go against another lawyer. They're not going to go against a judge or the police because they're all part of the same club. And with the George, what's his name? One big group, and we ain't in it.
but I think it bears more of a measuring stick just on this one component. So believe this or not, but here's an opinion, strictly an opinion. If a lawyer is any good at representing the community, why wouldn't they first show us by representing the community in their field of expertise?
Because their bosses will pull their bar card. Done. End of story.
And if you're not prepared to fight at that level in something that you're educated, you've done your time, you've got experience, you're that powerful person who's going to make a difference, show us what you did in your last job. Show us how you stood up to get the laws changed, the processes accountable, the transparency required for people to have faith in the system. We don't need another lawyer in council or in the ledge or in the House of Commons. We need real people who have real life experience, who know what the fight is all about.
We need good, honest people sitting on these boards and councils, period. People have to get off their ass and go vote. Sorry, I can't stand that word. They need to go and, vote these people out. Vote in the good people. That's it. It's simple. Just do it. Now, if you're voting in a bunch of people like we thought we were doing with the UCP, voting in 17 council or board members, supposedly we were supposed to have control of Alberta with having 17 freedom-loving board members on board. They haven't done nothing. These people are all corrupted now. Done. Finished. Didn't give us anything.
And like we said before, this is not to bravo the NDP. They're not even on the list. They're not even in the highlights. And I'll just explain. It's not because they're bad people. It's not. The NDP did get elected. They did not get elected on their platform, on their policy, on their agenda.
They got elected because the people wanted change, and they said something's got to be better.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out so well, so they brought in the lesser of the two evils back again.
Which is the problem. Oh, and that's kind of where we're stuck at today. So we're bringing it up, ongoing nagging scenario that we need to make some change. And the only way we're going to do it is educating and organizing as a group, becoming comfortable and having victories by doing things, not just making a post on social media. That doesn't accomplish that much. It does some awareness.
It helps to wake people up, make them more aware. Yeah, that's
But
what it's all about.
but the faith in a presenter without the evidence to back them up, that's just a commentator. That's not news. That's not something the rest of the public can get behind completely and with full emotion, I'm stuck on the word. I'm so bothered by it right now. The ostrich farm is coming up. We're going to be having some conversations with them here shortly this afternoon. We should be making sure people are aware of that.
Their deadline, I think October 2nd was the deadline. Today's the 1st, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the deadline for them the Supreme Court to get their decision back on whether or not these birds were going to be called or not.
So when we were talking to the people yesterday in our interviews, they were talking that when the decision comes down, they're still expecting, if it goes sideways, the culling to take place this weekend. But so they're hoping that if it goes out sideways, that you people who are standing up will show up on location, that you have a voice. We're going to ask for a bit more than that.
That's another step.
We have another step, another 10 steps. They're in BC. The cost of time and
Money they've been throwing at it is unreal. It's unreal. I mean, they're not fighting crime. They're fighting the people of Alberta and BC, of Canada. I mean, they started off with the swine flu, I think, was the original one, right?
Yeah.
And then they got the
open
BSE,
mouth,
bovine spongiform encephalitis for the cows. Then they've got the chickens with the bird flu. What's next? Well, of course, the ostriches, and they're called them mammals. You know what their description of mammals is, right?
It includes humans, people.
We're included in that description. So what do you think about that? The CFIA is taking care of the mammal population, which includes the birds and the bees, and we are mammals. So are they coming for us next? They're going to put up a hay fence around us and stuff and put us in there and call us? You know what I mean?
But the direction seems to be very, I'm going to call it transparent if you do the homework. There's information that's been coming out. It's funny because the old joke of, you want to know what's coming in the future, just watch The Simpsons. Too many truisms that have happened. Well, they're telling us information. And I'll just use this. What is the carbon tax for? It's for our use of carbon, yes?
Well, carbon, we're made of carbon.
Yeah, but the carbon tax.
Carbon tax is supposed to go to what? What is it used for? You tell me. It's another tax to keep us broker, take more money out of our pockets, so we can't do anything in order to fight these people.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that as a concept. The issues I have with the carbon tax is the first question was, how much has been collected? They don't have that answer. How much of a difference has all of this money made in terms of our carbon footprint as a country? They don't have that answer.
Well, they are sending a lot more money overseas now.
Did I tell you they haven't measured exactly what all of this billions of dollars has done? They can't measure.
No, of course not, because it's not doing anything. It's just making us broker.
But I will bring this up for all of our viewers right now. Do you know what they do when they do carbon capture? One of the things they grab during the carbon capture is a product called graphene. It's actually one of the most valuable commodities in the world.
The most valuable commodity, I believe. And like pulling it out of the air.
Pulling it out of the air.
I actually helped build one of those plants in north of Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Because under the concept that we work to make a living, and living's important.
Yeah.
But the original concept was that if we're going to do carbon capture, it's to protect the environment, protect against global warming, blah, blah, blah. But then you find out that graphene is part of what's being recovered, and it's the most valuable commodity in the world. And they're taking it out of what we as humans need to live. Doesn't that concern you? When did anybody come and say, put a graphene or a carbon capture on the top of your house so you can get infinitely rich because they're going to pull graphene out of it?
CO2 is absolutely necessary for all organic life. We are organic. Horses, dogs, cats, everything, plants, animals, everything is organic. It absolutely needs CO2 to survive and thrive. The more CO2, the merrier. Now they're pulling it out in plants all over the place.
You have that definition? Is that what you pulled up?
No, this just came into me from one of my friends in Canada here. He says the Liberal government is giving itself power to ban dissidents from the internet.
But back up. What did you just say?
The Liberal government is giving itself power to ban dissidents from the internet. They would call us dissidents, there's no question. Bill C8, which is undergoing second reading in the House, includes a provision under which Ottawa can pull internet services from any specified person. I like to say man or woman, but they use person because person is a ward of the state. That's that's in their wording when they started with the birth certificate, sold us into slavery, so to speak. A power that doesn't currently exist, but it's going to be, with Bill C8 passes, they just click, shut us off, we're done, we're gone.
Okay, I don't think we're going to get to the bills that we have objections to until later on today.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not aware of the impact of the different bills and how they affect,
How can they be aware? They don't know about them. They passed half of these bills during COVID when everybody was hiding in their homes, scared shitless to come out because of mainstream media.
so I think we're going to have to go through some of these bills,
Yes,
at least to go through what the concept is,
yes.
to see what level they're at. But again, this will help get rid of false narratives, conspiracy, because it's either in black and white or it's not.
That's right.
And we have some solutions that'll help people. CO2 is also super helpful for fracking.
Well, it's like negative, what's it? Nitrogen is negative 300 degrees. It expands 600 to 1. So when they pump it down the hole, which I've been a part of in the oil patch with fracking and coil tubing operations, they pump this fluid down the hole and it gets down there, it gets warmer, and they pump it into the cracks and the formations that just blew up with explosives. Basically, they send down a perf gun, they perforate the well, so to speak, through the steel into the rock. And they send this liquid in there, and then the liquid heats up and expands and cracks it open. And the sand is there to provide movement for the oil and gas. So that's what that fracking and stuff is all about. And so it expands 600 to 1. It just provides a nice aerated space for the product to flow through, so we can heat our homes and send a 4-foot pipeline overseas via Kitimat. 4 feet this pipeline was. I worked on that one also. You know how much nitrogen or CO2 that is, or natural gas that is? That's a lot of natural gas.
I'm gonna say oops.
It belongs to the people.
Oops to our
Every man and woman in Canada owns all of the nutrients and minerals and everything in the ground. They suck it out, they send it overseas. Where does the money go?
not us.
It doesn't come to us.
So I'm gonna say
That's why they have to keep their boot on their neck. Sorry, buddy.
no, you're good. I'm trying to be nice,
I know.
and I'm having a hard time
So it's
because
just like when I was a kid and I was getting busted by the cops, and there was good cop, bad cop. Are you the good cop and I'm the bad cop?
oh, I'm always good. I am the nicest of everybody,
I'll be the bad cop.
just so there's no confusions. We it's not like we're playing roles. She's what he is, I'm what I am, and we're not even journalists. We're not media people. We put together some tools that's nice, and we've had some help.
We have.
But we have stories that would upset your stomach to no end. I think what we do, and this is just my thought,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to maybe come back after the break
Mm-hmm.
at the top of the hour and go through 2 stories. I don't know if we're going to have the evidence for it, but 2 stories.
Evidence can be found online. We're not going to tell lies. Truth is out there.
One is, I think we should talk about the digital ID as a concept,
Mm-hmm.
and we already know Danielle's brought it forward.
She's pushing it hard. This is a good thing for the people of Alberta.
And the second thing that I think we should bring forward is there are arm's length organizations to our government.
Mm-hmm.
And they're set up as an arm's length for a specific reason.
Of course.
And they don't work. Because first off, they don't work because they're broken. They have their own agendas, not for the people.
That's why they work for the government or work with the government.
And it's how they work together that becomes very disconcerting.
If you're not going to help us put our foot on their neck, you're not getting the job or the contract.
But yet the government's not responsible, even though they have complete oversight in the act and the regs.
So that's right.
So I think we're going to talk about those two things when we come back after the break. I would ask you to, and in case you're wondering, we are streaming full-time on the radio, the audio player, and we'll run this for about 40 minutes, the video side, and then take a break and come back basically at the top of the hour. This is our 4th hour. We're about to wrap up. Almost. Got another 10 or 15 minutes left. But I'm very concerned about how traditional media is not being held accountable for the job that they do by you, the people who see it. It bothers all of you. You're not getting the full story. You get the viewership is down monstrously. The print media's consumption has
They're
dropped.
being paid to be on the air now. They're not getting enough advertising and stuff to fund them. The federal government is paying the media. Okay.
And we've had people who, let's bring this topic up. We've had people who've approached us to fund basically all of the dream required, but they have stipulations.
Yeah. You can't talk bad about the UCP. You can't tell all their secrets, their dirty little lies. We can't fund you if you're going to talk about the UCP. How's that?
But then you know what? But that brings up another conversation.
Okay.
And we've gone through this before, but I'm just going to call it out like it is. Okay. Folks, there's no such thing as vote splitting. I don't know if you heard that or not. I'll repeat it. There's no such thing as vote splitting. In fact, there is a better alternative than the lesser of two evils. Lesser of two evils, whoever you choose is still evil.
Evil is evil.
How can you look yourself in the mirror, especially as a parent, when you teach, not okay, anyone doing bad things to the citizens need to be called out? Good, no, that's fine. I want you to just think about it as a parent. Do you teach your kids it's okay to lie or steal if the circumstance makes it all right?
No, you don't teach your kids that at all. There's no lying or stealing.
So,
although I did do a little bit of lying when I was young to get myself out of trouble with mom and dad.
But there's some human things on a very small scale that is remotely acceptable. But when someone's elected and paid to do a specific job
and tells us all of the good stuff they're going to do for us and never do it, do it,
or don't deliver what they promised
That's
in
right.
terms of something good for you, and now
That's
it's
right.
bad,
That's right.
or they mislead you, or they gotta go. What's the problem with that?
Would you let somebody into your house to babysit your kids that when they left, babysitter left, and the kids were telling the parents that the babysitter was beating them or touching them inappropriately, or lying to them, telling them lies about you know what I mean? You don't have people in your family like that.
Sooner or later,
They got to go.
Well,
Babysitter case, it's immediately.
But you have that as an option. Well, we as a citizenry have that option on a daily basis. It's just to what extent are we prepared to go? And bureaucrats, I almost think in some ways the bureaucrats are worse than the politicians. The bureaucrats are still there after the politician's gone, and they haven't changed it. They haven't changed the issues. The issues haven't changed since I was a kid on anything. Healthcare, education, justice, environment. Across the board, we have issues. But I think the digital ID, I think we're going to try that when we get back.
Okay.
We have a friend who's informed us about this geofencing bullshit that there's no way the public would ever accept. Who gave us some scenarios that just don't make sense. I think we'll go through that when we come back and make the next session a little bit more meaty like the last one.
Okay.
Is it nap time yet?
No, not at all. I'm wide awake.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how I'm feeling.
Are you?
I'm feeling
Don't eat, because you know what happens when you eat.
I get full
Yeah.
and happy. And now, if we had some good friends who were in the neighborhood who could bring us
Steak,
fried chicken,
fried chicken. No, they fry it all in canola oil nowadays. It's poison. It's toxic.
fried chicken,
In tallow.
whatever.
Okay, as long as they can find it that's cooked in tallow, they can bring it.
Look, I'm all for. How about just even pizza?
Well, if the pizza's got no canola in
There's no oil in it. Dough, sauce, cheese, pepperoni. What else do you want? Well, that's it.
Oh, I want some onions.
No, just pepperoni.
All right.
Because I'm sitting beside you and onions,
Okay. I'm with you.
How about if we could run to the liquor store? We could make today's show really entertaining.
We don't want to do that.
1:00 in the morning, though. You have a party. But listen, if you're in our listening group audience, whatever it is, and you got something you'd like us to bring up that needs to be held accountable with a new truth,
Bring it up on the chat.
bring it up in the chat. You could even come visit us. You could call us. We'll put you online if that's
Text me, call me. I'll send you a link. We'll bring you in live. Let's go.
But in the meantime, we'll see you at the top of the hour. Remember, sign up, donate, pledge, subscribe. We'd love to have the power and the ability to stick around for a lot longer moving forward. In the meantime, I'm Kirk.
And I'm Red Dog.
Until next time, see you at the top of the hour.
We'll see you at the top of the hour.